Animate CC again, and how to use in particular a reference file. So for those of you who don't know what a reference file is a file that you can import as a background, and then essentially you've got a reference or something that you can trace even in order to create characters. We do this quite often in 3D software in Maya. Use a reference file to model a character, and you can do it in 2D software like Animate as well. So this is the file that I've actually got it open here as a preview. This is the file that I'm going to use as a reference file, and from this I can actually create a little brief animation. Create this little alien guy, create the background, everything like that I need from this reference file. Now I don't need the arrow, I don't need the instructions alien zips in from outer space. I don't need any of that. All I want to use is the alien head, or the alien guy, the background, and the world, and maybe even this group of rocks or whatever the heck it is. So I can tell from my dimensions that it's 1280 by 720. So I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to set it to be 1280 by 720. Okay. So I now have my stage set in the right size for this reference file. So what I need to do now is import. I'm going to import it to the library. And there it is. It's on my desktop. So I'm going to import it to the library. And there it is. I've got this little thumbnail.png sitting there on the desktop, or sorry, in my library that I can see it. So now I need to drag that out to my stage. So I'm going to bring it out there, and I should be able to orient it to the stage. There we go. So now I'm ready to go. I've got this reference file as the background. I've got it set up on my stage. The stage is the right size. It's 1280 by 720. Now I just want to make sure that I can actually use this as a reference file. So in Flash or in Animate, you do a lot of symbols, and we'll talk a little bit more about symbols in class, but I want to convert this guy to a symbol. So a couple ways I can do that. I can right click on it and convert to symbol, or I can use the shortcut of F8. So I'm going to convert this to a symbol. I want to make sure that my pivot point, this is the pivot point here, I want it to be middle, I want it to be centered, and I want it to be of type graphic. Sometimes we will make movie clips. Buttons are usually just used in web design, but movie clips and graphics, and this one is a graphic. So, and I'll call it reference. If I can type, there we go. Call it reference, there we go. So now it's renamed as a reference in my library, and it's now a reference. So if I double click on this now, you can see, we'll go over this a little bit more in class, but you can see where I am. I'm now in my reference file. If I want to go back to my scene, it doesn't look much different, but if I just want to call this scene, for example, now if I double click on this to go in, you'll see that I've changed. My layer is now called layer 1. And so that's not overly useful, so I will call it reference. Oh, I can't type. Reference. There we go. So I've now got a reference file on my symbol, and if I want to go back to my original, here's my scene. So I want to animate, and we'll talk about why I might want to do this, but I want to animate and do a lot of things with symbols in this case, including my reference point. Now my reference I want to lock into place so I don't accidentally move it all over the place. So let's lock it into place. Now it's locked. I cannot not move it anymore. And now I'm ready to actually start creating over top of it. So I want to create, for example, a new layer. If I want to create my alien guy, I can start to draw over top of here. I don't have that quite oriented properly. Let's try that again. That's a little bit better. Okay, now I might want to be able to see my reference file through it. So if I click on this little rectangle, I can make my guy transparent, use my free transform tool, and adjust the boundaries of my oval accordingly. Pull this out a little bit. There we go. Pull that back in, and now I've got the basis of my cartoon or my animated alien guy. You can see how quick and easy it is to do that. I can do that for the eyeball. I can do that for pretty much anything. Now, I would probably do that in different layers, so I can animate them each separately. But the point of this mini tutorial is to teach you how to import a graphic, to set it up on the stage as your reference point, to import it and create it as a symbol, a graphic symbol, to lock it into place, and from there start creating layers. So, alien head. And start creating layers to create your characters on top of it.